Greetings, Dwayne. Quick recap of what happened last night with our tweets. As you know, we've been sending out tweets, so from time to time over the years, in fact, we had a stint there where we did a 3-year public beta test. Now, that's what led to the Concierge Trade Alerts. So you may be wondering, what's up with all these tweets lately? He got something cooking? Well, something sure smells good. Anyway, today's Monday, the 2nd day of July, 2018. And for Sunday night Globex, I'll just say we had a pretty good session. Let's run over those real quick. Let me scroll down to where we started. Okay. A few hours ago, about 9 to be exact, the first tweet of the night, consider selling the S&P 500 ES E-mini 2716 to 2713 down to 2710. Potential for 6 points there, and a stop loss positioned exactly as I teach you in the one-on-one sessions. Okay, let's take a look at that one. 2716 to 2710. 2716 to 2713 was the intermediary. There's 2716 down to 13 down to 10. Okay, if you trailed your stop, you may have done considerably better than just those 6 points. There's 2710. So we weren't looking for a lot, just a little bite out of the market from 2716 to 2710. 6 S&P points at $50 per point. So that works out to $300 per contract available or per contract traded. Now, if you were trailing your stop and not just trading to the target that I gave you, we actually dropped down to 2700. Okay, 2700 to 2710. There was a total of 16 points available. However, we don't get out at the swing low or the swing high because we trail a stop. From entry to the target published to the target published, $300 per contract available. Okay. All right. Moving on to the second tweet, which was the Dow. Have a look at that one. Consider selling the Dow 24,140 if the opportunity presents to 24,060. Stop loss by the book. That's the potential 80-point profit starting at 24,140. Okay, it's going to be right about here. And as you know, or most of you know, important in our work, important prices and important areas are almost always tested. And what does that mean? Well, what it means is if in fact 24,140 is the important price, important area that I think it is, and which it turned out to be. So that was sell 24,140. Okay. Down to 24060, was it? 24060. Yes. 24060, that's going to be right here. 24060. Okay, you get the idea. So from 24140 to 24060, that's 80 Dow points. The Dow pays $5 per point, so 80 points is $400 per contract traded or per contract available. From 060 to 140, 80 points, $40 or $5 per point, $400 per contract. If you've earned the right to trade 10 contracts, well, I'm going to throw another zero in there and make it $4,000. Please don't make the mistake of trading more contracts than you've earned the right to trade. And if you need more information on what that really means, get a hold of me, okay? Book a session, give me a call, drop an email. Important prices, important areas, almost always tested. And so, price gets back above the trigger. And this time we take a drop to 24072. So let's just round it up. And that's going to be 60, well, we'll call it, we'll round it. We'll be very conservative. That's $300 per contract available. If you tune in to the daily radio show, we recap the Concierge Trade Alerts each day on the radio show, as I'm doing with these tweets from last night. You'll see this over and over. Trigger, get a move, back above the trigger, another move. Okay, and as you can see, it tried to reach up and get above the trigger again, but it couldn't quite make it. Okay. All right, so there's the S&P, there's the Dow. What else? There's a lot of commentary in here. I think, well, if you're interested in trading and learning how to trade and trading futures, you might do well to go to twitter.com/CFRN. Follow us, and then make sure you read the commentary from last night. Crude. We said to consider being long crude 73.75 to 74.25 if the opportunity presents. If the full target is reached, that would be $500 potential profit per contract. Now, there was a gap lower open on crude last night, and so let's see what they did. 73.75 to 74.25. Okay. Here's 73.75. And that thing I was just talking about, the important price, important area. 73.75. Okay. All right, so we were looking for 73.75 to 74.25. And that's the truth about trading. The swing high of this candle, 74.23. I should write this down. by 73.75. Looking for 74.25, but all we got was 74.23. Wah wah. Okay, had it gone the extra 2 points, or 2 ticks, that would have been 50 ticks at $10 a tick. It's $500 per contract traded. At $10 a tick, obviously, this is only $480 per contract available. Now, the premise of this trade, probably pretty obvious to you at this point. 480, not 5. Now, let me mention, we teach all of our partners, clients, and students to trail a stop. And so on this one, look, you'll see right here, we had a run up to, we had a $250 run up per contract from 73.75 to 74 on this candle. It's $250 per contract. We get back below the trigger, off we go again, and it's this time around that we come within 2 ticks of that hard target. If you're feeling really sorry for people who missed all of that for the love of 2 ticks, because we trail a stop, we don't have to give all of that back. It's good to have hard targets. It's good to have targets. You must have a hard stop loss on every trade. But if you trade with us, you're not going to give back $480 over 2 ticks. And we'll teach you how to do that. Now, what does price do? It gets back below the trigger. 3rd time. Off it goes again. And this time we've hit a high of 74.11. So, we're at about $350 per contract. A little further to go. 74.11, yeah, up to 74.25. Now, if you look at the horizontal line on my cursor, okay, follow it across, follow it across. Did they close the gap? It appears as though they missed it by 1 tick. The low was 74.25. That sound familiar? So they missed it by 2 ticks. Now the gap purist will not be pleased, so they'll come in this morning, and I suspect that they'll run it up again and make sure that gap gets closed. Always interesting to see it come so close. But as we wrote on Twitter last night, this is what we expected the gap purists to attempt. They didn't quite make it, so we'll see if they make it on this run up. So now we've had the S&P, we've had the Dow, we've had Crude. Let us see. I think there was one more. The NQ perhaps. If the gap people close tonight's gap lower open, just one of the comments from last night. On a 5-minute chart, sell red on red, 74.20 to 73.90. If you're not a partner, you don't know about the red on red, I'll be happy to teach you that if you'd like to become a partner. You can always take a free trial by going to apply.cfrn.net. apply.cfrn.net. Now, once again, the idea on that second idea for the trade. If the gap people close tonight's gap lower open on a 5-minute chart, so 74.20 down to 73.90. There's your 74.20. And there's your 73.90. I'd be happy to teach you that as well. So there was 40 on the way up, and then from 20 back down to 90. It's $300 per contract available. We were just getting cute, trading it back to the trigger for this. Okay. And I think we got one more from last night. Let's take a look. Now, at this point, we've already seen the S&P hit its profit target, the Dow hit its profit target. And I said, if you already have your goal for the day, put the mouse down. The NASDAQ trade had given 21 of the 25 points at this point. Well, we better go back and pick up the NASDAQ trade. Here we go. If the opportunity presents, NQ 7025 to 7,000, hard stop by the book. Let's take a look. NQ. I'm sorry, I just woke up and still working on that first cup of Joe. I won't say it. 7025. Yeah? No. Yeah? Come on. Come on. Okay, whatever. 7025 down to 7020. You say, well, that's not a lot. 7025 down to 7,000. How about that? That sound right? Okay. So that's all we're looking for. 7025 down to 7,000. That is 25 points in the NQ. The NQ pays $20 per point. And so what we have here is $500 per contract available. Now, I think I might have mentioned that important prices in important areas are, sometimes tested. Like almost always. Price gets back above the trigger, does it? Let's see, the swing high is 26. Swing highs 25.50. Swing highs 26 and a quarter. And so if this is 70.25, then yeah, we got back above the trigger, and we dropped $500 plus a second time. 500, back above the trigger, 500. Okay. And again on crude, we had the nice move, 480 up. Okay, now 2 ticks shy of the target. Okay, so only 480, not 500. And then we had a trade to fade it back to the trigger. I don't recommend it, just getting cute on a Sunday night. And then we just had a third run up here. There was 1, 2, number 3 got us up to 74.14. And remember, we missed filling the gap by 2 ticks, and the gap purists will be beside themselves this morning when they see that, and they'll do their very best to fix it. I don't buy into the whole gap close thing theory, but I certainly am not opposed to taking advantage of it. And I'll be happy to explain that. If you have questions, call us 949-42-EMINI. That's 949-42-EMINI. And you can email us anytime, support@cfrn.net. And if you'd like a personal one-on-one mentoring session, book it, Dano. Book it. Email me and tell me you want to take a session, and I'll send you the link so that you can book it. All right? And S&P again, just a 6-point drop from 27.16 to 27.10. $300 per contract available, and price got back. Now, it got back to the target, but we did not come back to test the trigger. So the Dow did, and the NQ did, and Crude did. Did the NQ? Yeah, NQ did, Crude did, the Dow did. Important prices, important areas, almost always tested. And here's why we say almost always, because this one didn't, or it hasn't yet. These numbers remain important areas and important numbers until the session closes. Okay, if you do not follow us on Twitter, then jump on over. You can go back years and look at all the tweets. Again, we did a 3-year public beta before we rolled out the Concierge Trade Alerts. And there have been questions, what's he cooking up? And as I said, well, whatever it is, it smells good. I'm going to start a beta later this week. It will be a controlled beta. You follow me? Controlled beta. So I want you, if you want to participate, send an email to support@cfrn.net. In the subject line, just put the word beta. I'll email you some information. Okay? All right. Thanks for tuning in for our Twitter recap, and I'll catch you on the radio.